We're here!
We're here. Welcome to Sidewalk Slam.
We made it.
Finally back for Clash of Champions. There was a bit of a slump there between whatever was before Clash. Survivor Series. Several weeks.
We had
before.
one pay-per-view between Survivor Series and Royal Rumble, and it's this one.
Yeah, they've really geared down, thankfully, and apparently they will be next year.
Next year they're cutting like 2 or 3 pay-per-views off like the full year. So.
Good. Every 2 weeks was.
Thank you. It was
untenable.
Yeah, it was hard to do.
Clash of Champions, formerly Night of Champions, formerly Vengeance, Night of Champions, formerly Vengeance.
Oh, I remember this from WCW, and it was Clash of Champions.
Oh, right. I'm thinking of, because they turned...
You're thinking of...
Well, they had Vengeance, and then one year they had Vengeance Night of Champions, and then it just became Night of Champions, where every championship was defended. But now it's just Clash of Champions, where every SmackDown championship is defended. This
pay-per-view is always one of my favorites for WCW because they always played it on cable, so I could watch it.
Yeah.
Because I never got pay-per-views when I was a kid.
Yeah.
And this is a big deal. Clash. I think they say it was Clash of the Champions, but
yeah.
I don't know if that's what they're referencing. But
well, I think they're using the name Clash of Champions from the WCW pay-per-view. Yeah. And yeah, every SmackDown title will be defended, all 3 of them.
All 3 of them.
And then there's other stuff going on as well, obviously. Some big SmackDown storylines going into this event. For those wondering, we do intend, the both of us, to watch Wrestle Kingdom 12.
Yeah. It's also 5 hours long.
Yeah, holy crap. I mean, it's New Japan's WrestleMania.
Yeah.
But at the same time, woof.
Yeah.
I don't know that we're going to devote an entire episode to it, but...
Probably talk about it during the Royal Rumble episode.
We'll probably talk about it. Maybe. I mean, Royal Rumble is also like 5 hours long.
Yeah.
If you include the pre-show.
Yeah.
By the way, there's going to be a women's Royal Rumble match, which I'm stoked about.
I'm very excited.
Yeah. And they're doing a new show.
Yeah.
Called the WWE Mixed Match Challenge, which is mixed tag matches.
Yeah.
So men and women duos in tag matches. The show is exclusively on Facebook Watch.
I don't even know what that is.
I'm just now learning about it.
Can you just anybody watch it? Is it free?
I think you have to have Facebook.
Oh. Okay, well, I mean, most people have Facebook. I know some people don't.
Yeah.
But I don't know. I'm probably not even going to watch it. But I know that they've named some of the pairings already as of this show recording. And it's like Braun Strowman's teamed up with Alexa Bliss.
I hope he just throws her.
Yeah. Apparently he's like really buying into it on social media too.
Nice.
And then I think Apollo Crews got paired up with Nia Jax.
Yep.
And Sami Zayn got paired up with somebody. Becky Lynch. I think
so, yeah.
I don't know who else. I think that's it. Sasha Banks got teamed up with somebody. Finn Balor.
Yes.
Yeah.
But today, we're talking about Clash of Champions 2017. Live from the TD Garden in Boston, Massachusetts, and brought to you by Mattel, Toys R Us, Tap Out, and Aeropostale. It's Clash of Champions 2017.
There were like a couple of really great storyline threads going into this.
Yeah.
And I'm excited to talk about them. As far as like overall, the show was really great. I actually really like this one. A lot of people were like really down on it.
I enjoyed it overall. Yeah. The opening match is Baron Corbin, the U.S. champion.
Yes.
Defending against Bobby Roode and Dolph Ziggler.
Yeah. Dolph
sort of elbowed his way into this match.
Didn't he just get inserted randomly?
Kinda, yeah.
They're just like on Twitter, they're like, oh, BT dubs. Dolph's in the match, and everyone's like, oh, okay. I was thinking Bobby Roode was going to win this match. That was my pick anyway. Because like him and Corbin had been like interacting with each other on TV, and Dolph wasn't really that close to it. Like he had issues with Bobby and a little bit with Corbin. Well, I mean, Corbin in the past, obviously.
Yeah, well, what predicated this was there was a lumberjack match. Have we ever talked about what a lumberjack match is? Probably.
We talked about a reverse lumberjack match or whatever. No, we talked about reverse battle royal, not reverse lumberjack.
That was really stupid. OSW just did an episode with that pay-per-view.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I should watch that episode of OSW then.
With everyone, I didn't realize how bad it was because it's the whole like 16 guys outside the ring and the first 8 in the ring continue, and there's shots of dudes in the match just like wandering around outside the ring looking for someone to punch aimlessly, and it's like just get in the ring.
Yeah, well, you just get in the ring.
So they have a lumberjack match, which is the rest of the roster stands outside the ring, so that if someone tries to escape, then they usually get beat up and thrown back in.
Yeah.
And it was a lumberjack match between Big E and Kofi Kingston and Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn, who we mentioned before are now a heel team.
Yeah. That's been one of the main threads, is that ever since Survivor Series, or not Survivor Series, Hell in a Cell, and we talked about it in Survivor Series, is that's been basically the main storyline thread going through SmackDown.
Yeah, yeah. So during that match, two of the Lumberjacks, Baron Corbin and Bobby Roode, got into an altercation. Corbin started it, I think, and then it turned into a huge brawl among all the Lumberjacks. And then Roode was like, I want to challenge you for the title, and Corbin's like, nah.
Yeah.
And then they said, well, actually, no, you will. You will defend that against Bobby Roode.
Yeah.
Also, Dolph Ziggler's here.
Yeah, I don't know. The Dolph Ziggler thing was like, I want to say it was announced like a couple days even before the pay-per-view, like just not even on TV or anything. Pretty sure it was just on Twitter, like BT dubs. Dolph Ziggler did the thing where he comes out to no entrance music.
No music, yeah.
Which is starting to grow. Well, I mean, I shouldn't say grow me because I liked it the first time he did it. Because he was playing that like... He was coming out just as different people, right?
Yeah, which is a bad gimmick. Yeah. It's funny, but it's like, oh, this means they have nothing creatively. This is really bad.
Yeah. And this match was awesome.
Yeah,
I really liked this match.
Wowee.
The crowd was super into it. There was a lot of close falls. I was absolutely 100% convinced that Bobby Roode was going to win. And then all of a sudden, Dolph Ziggler wins.
Yeah.
Dolph Ziggler wins.
Yep.
And I was just like, what?
Because Corbin was going for the end of days on Bobby Roode, but Ziggler hits
the zigzag.
Hits a zigzag.
Yeah.
It's like this knock-on effect, and then wham, Dolph Ziggler.
It was an awesome finish.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was super cool.
It was such a good match, though.
Yeah, really dug it. Thought it was awesome. And then after this pay-per-view, the next night on SmackDown, not the next night, but that week on SmackDown, Dolph Ziggler shows up and just leaves the title in the ring. And then leaves. And he hasn't been seen on TV since. So they're having a U.S. title tournament right now because they're just saying, like, Dolph vacated the title.
I haven't watched any SmackDown since. Yeah. That's so weird.
Yeah. He just left, which was awesome. I dug it, man. It's
what
like
a weird bit.
And Dolph, needed a break from TV, right? Because, in wrestling... Sometimes people just need to go away for a little while, and then they'll come back and they'll have something new or different or some different look.
Yeah.
And Dolph hasn't been seen since. Some people, I was reading somewhere, people are predicting that Dolph might win the Royal Rumble.
That would be amazing. Are you kidding me?
Dolph Ziggler versus AJ Styles, if AJ is still the champ.
I would love that.
Yeah.
Come on, Dolph.
But, I don't know. We all know that we're getting Roman Reigns versus Brock Lesnar at WrestleMania. So if Roman doesn't win the Royal Rumble...
Yeah.
That's where
he doesn't need to win the Royal Rumble. He can just be like, I'm the big dog. I bought Undertaker. Let's fight at Mania. And Lesnar will be like, okay.
Okay. Yeah.
Or Paul Heyman will be like, my client says okay. Match number 2.
Yeah.
That match was great, by the way. I mean, we sort of glossed through it, but it was really good.
Yeah.
Just put it out there.
Like, I don't know. I don't think you guys want to hear us talk about the actual match.
Well, there wasn't any story, really. It was just they got into a fight during a lumberjack match, and then also Ziggler was there.
Yeah. And Ziggler won, but then the thread coming out of it, of Ziggler vacating the title because he's playing up that like, he cut a promo where it was like, you people don't deserve me, and this title doesn't deserve me, I think is what he said. I might be wrong.
Yeah.
But that thread is more interesting. The lead up, what we got out of this match is more important than the actual match.
Yeah. Now, this is some story that we should catch people up on.
Yeah.
Aiden English is in the ring and introduces his tag partner, Rusev.
Yeah. So, Rusev has been... We had touched on Rusev because Rusev lost to Randy Orton at Survivor Series.
What day is it today? Did you know it was Rusev Day?
Oh, shit, it is.
It's Rusev Day.
Look at that.
It's my favorite day of the week.
So, Rusev...
The best part is tomorrow is also Rusev Day.
Every day of the week. It's Rusev Day. Rusev has been doing this gimmick where every day is Rusev Day.
Yeah.
And correct me if I'm wrong, but it derived from because he lost to Randy Orton in about 9 seconds.
Yeah.
At Survivor Series, and we were both upset. We were just like, come on, man, like it doesn't help anybody. SummerSlam.
Yeah.
Was it SummerSlam?
Yeah. That was the one where that was the one where half the matches were like punishing people or for backstage reasons. right? It was like, why did Randy beat Rusev? Oh, because he needed to win on pay-per-view.
Yeah.
But why 9 seconds? Anyway.
So Rusev eventually beat Randy Orton on SmackDown. And after he won that match, he declared that it was Rusev Day. That day was Rusev Day, and every day going forward is Rusev Day.
Yeah.
And he's like turning over, this is the big things for him. And Aiden English kind of like got paired up with him.
As like a bard,
Yeah.
almost. Because he sings. Aiden English is a really good singer. But yeah, because Aiden English has been sort of like loose since Simon Gotch got fired.
Yeah.
And he's been sort of going back more to his the artist character from NXT who sings and sings well, but it's like, that's weird. So yeah, they're now a tag team. Someone apparently the Rusev Day T-shirts were selling very well on WWE.com, and someone in the comments was like, well, of course they sold well. It was Rusev Day. And the response to that was like, yeah, just wait till tomorrow. Because every day is Rusev Day.
And then there was an episode of SmackDown where the president of Rusev's hometown presented him with like the key to the city.
Oh.
I think it was. I can't remember the name of his hometown, but it's somewhere Bulgaria, obviously, because he's Rusev. But he got presented the key to the city by like the president of his hometown.
But what I'm just so happy for both of them, because Rusev just got abandoned by creative. Like, he should still be in the title picture.
Dude,
as far
so
as I'm
funny
concerned.
too. Like,
exactly.
He's
great, and he looks
charismatic.
legitimately huge. But they basically did a Vladimir Kozlov with him, where they were like, big foreign guy comes in, big head of steam, does his bit, mid card. At least he's still employed, unlike Kozlov.
Remember when he came in on the tank at WrestleMania?
Yeah, that was amazing.
That was like his peak, and then after that, it was just like.
And then they split up Lana for some reason.
Yeah. With that awful Dolph Ziggler storyline?
Yeah.
Woof.
But they're still split up? Anyway, the reason they're out there now, being great, is because there is a fatal four-way match for the tag team titles. So it's the Usos defending against Rusev and Aiden English, The New Day, and Chad Gable and Shelton Benjamin. Shelton Benjamin?
Yeah.
When did he join and leave and come back? Shelton Benjamin was in the WWE way back.
Like 2006, right?
Yeah, he was Intercontinental Champ in 2007. Then he was on ECW until 2010. And then, he got let go in 2010. Along with Jimmy Wang Yang, Funaki, Mickie James, and Katie Lee. And then he returned in August of this year.
They paired him up with Chad Gable because they shipped Jason Jordan to Raw, which we'll cover at some point.
We talked about that. That was the Kurt Angle's illegitimate son storyline. So they were like, you're believably Kurt Angle's illegitimate son. Move to Raw, split up American Alpha. You're over there now. And that experiment's failing. But now Chad Gable's got nothing going on SmackDown. We need another partner for him.
Yeah.
Shelton.
There's actually a great moment that they had where they were doing a backstage segment with the Usos, and they tried to recreate the rap battle guy. Do you know that GIF where they're like, oh,
right, yeah.
They did that, but with like Shelton Benjamin.
Yeah.
Doing the O face after Chad Gable burned one of the Usos. It was pretty funny. I had a good chuckle. I don't know. I think Chad, and especially the way the SmackDown tag team roster is evolving, I think Gable and Benjamin are leaning towards the heel side of things because the Usos are becoming faces, whether they like it or not.
Yeah.
Because everyone loves them. I love them. I never thought I would say that the Usos were probably my favorite wrestlers of the year.
They've been doing amazingly well.
Awesome. Ever since they turned heel, it's been the best thing ever.
Yeah.
And then Aiden English and Rusev are faces.
Yeah.
So they're running out of heels a little bit. So I think Gable and Benjamin are going to be the ones to fill that space in the tag roster. Because the New Days aren't heels either.
No, they're not. And they probably never will be.
I think Aiden English and Rusev got in this match because they beat the Usos in a non-title. I'm pretty sure that's what happened.
Oh, yeah. So Gable and Benjamin beat the Hype Bros, Breezango, and the Ascension in a #1 Contenders Fatal 4-Way.
Oh, okay.
The Usos won by They won, but by count out. So the Usos kept their titles. So then it was like, okay, well, you guys will have a rematch. But then Kingston and Woods beat Gable and Benjamin. So then it was like, okay, I guess you will also be in that. It's a triple threat now with you three. But then Rusev and Aiden English beat Big E and Kingston in a match. So then they were like, you're also in this match. So now it's a fatal four-way.
Yeah.
By the way, they've changed the rules for multi-team tag matches to what I wanted it to be.
What is it?
Well, remember some time ago, the last time that there was I don't remember what episode of this show. But we talked about it, and it always confused me because it was 4 teams, but only 2 guys in the ring at any time. And it was the whole like, but how do you tag? Why would you ever tag one of the other teams in? It's got to be like as a desperation play.
Oh yeah.
If you're doing like, if you're going to lose, you got to tag another team in or something. So this is actually, it's a fatal 4-way match, and there's one member from each team in the ring at the same time.
Right. Yeah. How did I forget about this match?
Because that's new.
Yeah.
And I love it.
Yeah.
Because it's always bothered me that it's like, well, there's one guy there and one guy there, and then 2 guys there and 2 guys there, and there's only 2 people in the ring. It didn't make sense.
I mean, the best parts about this match, the match was fine. Like, it was okay. I had fun with it. But the best parts was the beginning when Aiden English and Rusev were out there.
Yeah.
And Aiden English started singing about the 12 days of Rusev.
Yeah. He was singing about the 12 days of Rusev.
Yeah.
And then, which the crowd was super into.
Dude, I couldn't believe how hyped the crowd was for them.
And the Usos come out and start riffing on the 12 days of the Uso Penitentiary.
Yeah.
And then the New Day comes out and they start giving pancakes to the people in the crowd.
Yeah.
That's not a euphemism. They have handfuls of pancakes and they start
little
handing
mini pancakes, isn't they?
Yeah.
Yeah. They give them like a little kid in the crowd. It's like, here's some pancakes, child. Go, my child. You know that meme, my sweet summer child?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Very, very strange.
Yeah.
So it's you definitely end up with, as you would with any fatal 4-way match, you end up with lots of instances where everyone's involved in fighting and everything. But generally speaking, I enjoyed it.
Rusev and Aiden English came dangerously close. This was one of the matches where I knew that Rusev and Aiden English probably weren't going to win it, but I wish they'd done the infamous call inaudible when the match is going on, seeing as how into the crowd was into Rusev and Aiden English. So
yeah, he had Gable in the Accolade at one point.
Yeah,
which was pretty intense.
Yeah.
And then, it finished with Gable going for a chaos theory on Jay, but Jimmy tagging in without Gable realizing it, and then hitting Gable with a super kick, and then another super kick, and then an Uso splash, and then they retained.
They retained, which I'm not upset about. No. I mean, I like the Usos a lot, obviously, and Aiden English and Rusev. I think they hope. I mean, I'm just hoping that
the crowd really wanted Rusev and English to win that match.
Yeah, I hope it doesn't turn into another Heath Slater and Rhino situation where they do win the titles and then nothing happens.
So sad, that situation.
That was last year, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Hey, speaking of lumberjack matches, we have a lumberjack match.
Yeah.
So it's the SmackDown Women's title.
Yeah.
Charlotte Flair defending against Natalya.
Yeah.
And the lumberjacks are Carmella, Tamina, Lana, Naomi, and the Riot Squad. Ruby Riott, Liv Morgan, and Sarah Logan.
Yeah.
All the lumberjacks get their own entrances.
But Graham.
Yeah.
Who's the Riot Squad?
Yeah, we didn't
cover that.
Really talk about that.
Mentioned it, I think.
Because we talked in the Survivor Series episode. So the night after Survivor Series, on Monday Night Raw, Paige returns to Monday Night Raw. Big surprise to see Paige back. Although some people thought that she might be a surprise reveal on the Survivor Series team, but they didn't end up going that way. Mm-hmm. So Paige returns, breaking up a match with Sasha Banks and Mickie James.
Yeah.
So she shows up at the top of the ramp and is like, "Hey, I'm back." And then she's like, "Also, I've got friends," and introduces Mandy Rose and Sonya Deville. So it's Paige, who's kind of like a alt-styled kind of goth, but alt girl. Mm-hmm. Sonya Deville, who's like a former MMA, like serious tough lady, and Mandy Rose, who's very athletic and super hot.
Yep.
The next night on SmackDown, all of that happens again.
Yeah. like the same thing.
Ruby Riot from NXT
Yeah.
shows up on SmackDown completely without expectation, and then is like, also, I have friends, and introduces Liv Morgan and Sarah Logan,
Yeah.
who are
Liv Morgan's like a kind of like Carmella,
Yeah.
a little bit, and then Sarah Logan is like this weird outback woods, like deer hunter, like
Yeah.
like she wrestled a grizzly
So, like,
bear, like
a big, scary, muscly lady,
Yeah.
and a hot, athletic one led by a kind of alt girl with tattoos
It was the
and crazy
exact
eyeshadow.
same thing, like parallel universes traveling at the same speed.
Really weird. It was very strange.
When it happened, I remember watching that week, like watching both episodes, like, oh hey, Paige is back, yay! And then, okay, NXT girls, like, yeah, cool,
sweet, okay, cool.
Any more people, I guess. And then on SmackDown, I was like, oh hey, Ruby Riott. Wait a second.
So on Raw, the team is called Absolution.
Yeah.
And on SmackDown, they're called the Riot Squad.
Riot,
they
the
gave
QTs.
they added an extra T to Ruby Riot's name when they brought her up to the main roster.
I don't know.
Nobody knows why. Branding, I guess. So yeah, Ruby Riot is
I wonder
now
what.
on-
This is where, again, fly on the wall. I'd like to be like what they were thinking, giving the same
why
same
this
thing twice.
Yeah.
Yeah. I wonder what the thought process. Pointedly behind the mind set of Vincent Kennedy McMahon. I
Yeah.
wonder, because he still controls everything, right?
Yeah.
And he obviously gave us the okay, and I just want to know why.
So in better news, as an aside, why suddenly introduce 6 new women to the main roster? Well, because the Royal Rumble pay-per-view is next month, and they have just announced.
Yeah.
Well, not just announced, but they have announced there will be, and I called this last year, there will be a women's Royal Rumble match.
Was that one of your predictions from the show?
I think so. Might have
man.
been. I was thinking they were on track to do it last year, but I guess they didn't think they had critical mass of participants. And they still do, despite apparently it still being a 30-person Rumble.
Yeah.
Just like the men's one. That roster is not that deep.
No.
They have 19 women on the main roster.
Yeah. Obviously there's a lot of
There's a lot of women in NXT, but they just brought 6 of them up.
yeah.
There's a lot of returns you can have. See, this is what I love about the Royal
Returns,
Rumble
yeah.
is having like guest appearances from wrestlers past. So I'm hoping for a lot of that.
Remember when Mr. Perfect showed up? Yeah. That was so rad.
Ronda Rousey is apparently in talks with WWE,
Yeah.
and people are
Oh.
assuming that she would make an appearance.
I read that Candice LeRae, wife to Johnny Gargano.
Oh, yeah.
She was in the Mae Young Classic, has signed with the WWE.
Ooh, that'd be sweet.
Candice LeRae was also part in PWG, Pro Wrestling Guerrilla. She was part of a tag team called the World's Cutest Tag Team.
Oh, right, yeah, we
With,
talked about that.
what's his name? Oh, no, I can picture a mustache. Kind of has hair. Joey Ryan.
Okay,
there
sweet.
we go. Kind of has hair, you know.
Kinda has hair. Right, the guy with dong style.
Yeah, dong style.
Yeah.
Yeah, like flex. Everyone, I think a lot of people, even non-wrestling fans, have seen the GIF of him flexing
Like
out.
a guy
and-
grabbing his groin, and he's like, "Whoo," and then flips a guy with his groin. You'll have to. It's amazing.
It's really funny.
Yeah, so they're going to have a women's Rumble match with the same 30 people. I assume my prediction is it will A, open the show, and B, have a shorter interval between entrances than the men's Rumble. Because otherwise you're having 2 full Rumble matches, which sounds exhausting. I assumed that the women's match would be like 20 people, or maybe 25. But they're like, nope, 30.
But I mean, like, people can come back. I know Beth Phoenix is doing commentary.
She's doing commentary in the Mixed Match Challenge on Facebook.
Oh, is she?
Yeah. So I would mark out pretty hard if Beth Phoenix was in the Rumble, because prior to that,
I'm trying to think who I would mark out for. Trish Stratus?
China, Karma, and Beth Phoenix are the only women who have ever been in a Royal Rumble match.
Yeah.
Beth eliminating the Great Khali.
Oh, right. Weren't they doing like a relationship thing?
She like lured him over to the ropes and then kissed him and then was like, "Hoot," and then like flipped him over.
I think I've only seen the clip of her eliminating him.
Yeah, but God, can you imagine Karma making a surprise return?
She was Awesome Kong in TNA, right?
Yeah, she was. Did you ever watch Glow,
Yep.
the Netflix series?
I haven't watched the whole. No, wait. Did I watch the whole thing?
She plays. She's an actor in that show. She plays Welfare Queen.
Oh yeah, she is.
Yeah.
I actually freaked out watching Glow, and Chavo Guerrero Jr. was the trainer.
Yeah.
Chavo.
Yeah. And
Ooh, Chavo. Wasn't that his theme music?
Yeah.
Best theme music?
Well,
Ooh.
apparently he was their like off-camera wrestling trainer, but didn't just like train them, but also was
I
like,
think you told me about this.
yeah,
like
wrestling history stuff.
They wouldn't do that.
That move wasn't around at that point. Like that sort of thing.
Yeah.
Anyway, all of that is to explain where Ruby Riott, Liv Morgan, and Sarah Logan came from. Who these people are, who are also lumberjacks. They now, by the way, random, just noted thing that they now actually are calling this a lumberjack match. They used to call it, when it was the women's, they used to say the lumberjill match. But a lumberjill is not a real thing. So anyway,
This, you know what? I'm gonna call a spade a spade. I didn't like this match at all. I felt like the lumberjack part of it took away from whatever they were doing. It just felt, I don't know, felt like both women could have done better and done better with maybe a better match stipulation.
Yeah. The lumberjacks aspect was weird.
Yeah.
Because, well, apart from anything else, Naomi was the only good guy.
Yeah. The rest were heels. It was all heels.
Carmella, Tamina, Lana, Ruby Riott, Liv Morgan, and Sarah Logan.
Yeah.
And the way that they always seem to do lumberjack matches is that they like group people by their D&D alignment. And so you tend to have all the faces on one side of the ring and all the heels on the other side of the ring.
Yeah.
And they did that because that's what you do. But it meant that like there was like 7 or 8 people sort of surrounding the one side of the ring near the announce desk, and then Naomi.
It also makes zero sense storyline-wise why Tamina, Carmella, and who's the other one?
Lana.
Lana were working with the Riot Squad because the Riot Squad have been attacking everybody.
Yeah.
And they were just working together.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And the point of the lumberjacks is to stop people leaving the ring. And so the idea is if someone gets out of the ring, the lumberjacks they're only meant to be there as enforcers to put them back into the ring. That's in the rules. Obviously, people always end up attacking the people who come out of the ring. But there was no pretense this time.
No.
Like, Natalya got booted out of the ring, and Naomi was just like, in with the kicks. And the commentators were like, what the hell is this?
Corey's the best.
What's
man.
going on? This isn't fair. And Byron's like, you know, because Byron can't really defend what Naomi's doing. And he goes out the other side, and then he's like, see, they're doing it too. And Corey's like, so did Naomi. But yeah, then all 6 of the heels are working together, and it's like that
doesn't make any sense.
It's bonkers.
I mean, a lot of people were really upset when they announced the women's Royal Rumble on Raw because they had Absolution in the ring and all the other women, and then Absolution was like holding hands with like Alicia Fox, who they had beat the crap. They had actually just beat up. Like
they were having a brawl. Yeah. They were fighting on Raw. Yeah. And then Stephanie McMahon, because of course she had to be the one to announce it, comes out and is like, we're going to have a women's Royal Rumble match. Sounds like it's time for a yes chant to me.
Fuck, I forgot about that.
Like goading the audience into a yes chant. It's like, let that happen naturally. They'll be excited enough.
Kayfabe rolls over in its grave. It's like,
apparently some of the wrestlers didn't even know that that was going to be announced.
Like the women wrestlers?
Yeah. I don't know why they're so anal about not telling their performers stuff, but
I don't know, dude. For a multi-billion-dollar company,
there's a lot of things that come out.
Yeah, there's a lot of things that come out seem very disorganized. But everyone who ever talks about working for the WWE says it's the most organized. I mean, it's the most organized wrestling organization they've worked for, so maybe that doesn't.
Yeah. So later in the match, the Riot Squad and the welcoming committee, I guess.
Oh, yeah, they're using that name again, too, like after this on SmackDown.
They do end up actually fighting.
Yeah.
But they're certainly working together for part of it just to beat Charlotte up, who does, by the way, do a crazy top rope move to outside the ring to
has a moonsault,
knock everybody down, which is pretty great. And then Natalya tries for the sharpshooter, and Charlotte counters the sharpshooter, sort of does flippy, rolly, whatever, into the figure 8, and Natalya taps, and Charlotte retains.
Yep.
So
it was fine, and I don't know what they're gonna do. I mean, obviously, it depends who wins the women's Royal Rumble. I mean, Carmella still has the briefcase.
Yep.
which we all forget about every now and again. But I don't even know when's the time limit she has to use it by, because Money in the Bank is going
It's
back
generally a year.
Yeah, because Money in the Bank is going back to both shows.
Brands,
God, brands. God, I can't think today.
Here's
Those
another question
brands.
about the Women's Rumble is typically the champions aren't in the Rumble because they have a match on the card.
Is Charlotte in the Royal Rumble?
So it's like, yeah, are they?
I don't think so. What if she wins? She fight herself?
I don't know.
Hell yeah, dude. That'd be sweet. What if Charlotte wins and then at WrestleMania she fights herself? God, that'd be awesome.
Also,
What a twist.
I loathe the like someone comes out and is like, I'm announcing that I'm in the Rumble. Just because it's like the least theatrical way of doing that. With the women, it makes absolutely no sense. It's like Alexa Bliss comes out and is like, I want to announce that I'm in the Royal Rumble. And everyone's like, yeah, of course you are. There's 19 of you. Of course you're in the Royal Rumble. Literally every fucking woman has to be in the Royal Rumble.
To make it work.
It's not a surprise.
I didn't think about that. That's really funny. I'm in.
There was no tension there.
It'd be funny if like, can I be in? I'm like, let me see if I can squeeze you in.
Yeah.
How many women do we have? 19?
After the match, Natalya gets interviewed and says that Charlotte won because she keeps using her family name to cut corners.
Oh, I love this promo. It was really good.
Which is great because that's what Natalya
Dude, it sounded
does.
like a retirement promo.
Yeah, the crowd was singing the "Hey Hey Goodbye."
Yeah.
Yeah.
She's not retired.
No, but I just love that Natalya, who is Jim Neidhart's daughter.
Yeah.
And Jim Neidhart did marry, oh Christ, Brett and Owens' sister.
Yeah.
So Bret Hart is her uncle, but she is always using the Hart name
Yeah.
in her promos, and she still uses like that. The best there is, the best there was, the best there ever will be. Like, right. And so for her as a heel to be like, Charlotte keeps using her family name is great.
Yeah.
Right. It's the complete non-awareness of like, how dare you do this thing that I do
heels
all the
always
time.
believe they're the one who's right?
Yeah. And there's a match with
Yes, the Bludgeon Brothers.
the Bludgeon Brothers.
Can we talk about the Bludgeon Brothers? What little there is to say?
I feel
I like it.
I don't even dislike Eric Rowan. I like Eric Rowan. He was a lot bigger than I thought he was.
Yeah.
And I wish him good things. But I feel bad for Luke Harper, who was on this amazing singles trajectory with the Bray Wyatt Randy Orton feud.
Yeah.
And then after that, basically since just before Mania, they had a triple threat, remember?
Yeah.
Which was great. And then it was like, and Luke Harper is lost to the realm of wind and shadows. And then back, surprise, Luke Harper's back with Eric Rowan. Yeah. They're the Bludgeon Brothers.
But now they're just Harper and Rowan.
Yeah.
They got rid of the first names.
Yeah, Harper and Rowan, the Bludgeon Brothers.
Yeah, they had all these promos of them like in the woods with big hammers.
Because they're
the Bludgeon Brothers. I mean, the name's not great, but they're wearing matching ring attire. Luke Harper isn't dressed like the guy who's checking your oil.
No. The matching ring attire looks a little, looks a bit Kane-y.
Yeah.
Looks a little like early Kane.
Yeah.
The cloaks they have are great. Like when they're doing their entrance, and they got these big hooded cloaks and carrying the giant mallets. It's like, oh, that looks sweet. And they take their things off, and it's like, it's a bit Kane.
Yeah.
But.
And they beat up Breezango.
They beat the pants out of Breezango.
I think this was the payoff for the Fashion Files.
Yeah, this was the end of the Fashion Files.
The Bludgeon Brothers were the guys that they were looking for the whole time.
Yeah.
And then the Bludgeon Brothers beat them in about a minute and a half.
Yep. Because they're huge.
Yeah.
They're legitimately very large men. Tyler Breeze and Fandango are like not as big as them.
Yeah. Rip Fashion Files.
And then they cut a promo at the end saying it's the end of the beginning and the beginning of the end.
Yeah.
Bludgeon Brothers.
Bludgeon Brothers.
And then I think they fused into a giant mallet.
They just turned
Bludgeon
into a giant
Brothers.
hammer. It's like in Mario Odyssey when he puts his hat on things.
Yeah.
And they just put his hat on a mallet and he just runs around. What was I going to say? They're like the two guys from Mighty Ducks, the Bash Brothers.
Oh, yeah.
The Bludgeon Brothers.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, this has been the most interesting storyline.
Oh, yes.
Going through SmackDown.
Yeah.
Because the next match is Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn in a tag team match against Randy Orton and Shinsuke Nakamura with special guest referee Shane McMahon and special guest referee Daniel Bryan. If that sounds weird...
On paper, it sounds like a mess.
Yes. Bear with us.
Yeah.
So all through the summer, Kevin Owens has been having issues with Shane McMahon. Mm-hmm. It's been an ongoing problem that led to their Hell in a Cell match at Hell in a Cell.
Yep.
Led to the match at Hell in a Cell, where Shane is about to jump off the top of the cell onto Kevin on the announce table when, out of nowhere, Sami Zayn runs in and saves Kevin Owens at the last second, and people are like, whoa, huh? Former best friends, then bitter rivals, and now don't talk to each other anymore. Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn, who is supposedly a good guy, saving Kevin Owens from getting his comeuppance from Shane McMahon. What's this? So then this begins that's the Sami's heel turn.
Yeah.
Where
I mean, we're still not really booing him.
Well, no. Well, you mentioned it last time. Sami's character hasn't really changed.
Yeah,
he's just hanging out with Kevin Owens, and he's like a little more irritating.
Yeah, it's great.
Yeah.
I actually really like it. But yeah, in the weeks leading up to this, it was just like Shane kind of trying to he put Kevin and Sami in a match like where if they lost it, they got fired.
Yeah.
But
because what pissed off Shane even more is that they were the reason that Team SmackDown lost Survivor Series.
Well,
Shane thinks it was
Shane thinks it's
because they ran in and beat the crap out of Shane when it was down to Shane and one other person. Randy. Yeah. It was down to Shane and Randy on Team SmackDown, and then they beat the crap out of Shane, and then Randy beat them up, and then they left, and then Team SmackDown lost, and so Shane came into SmackDown the week after Survivor Series where they had a steam being like, you're fired. And then Daniel Bryan's music hits.
There's been a great the character progression of Shane actually just turning into a McMahon. Yeah. Like the thing that he hates, like his father and his sister, like the way they handle business.
Yeah.
And like out for himself and what he thinks is what the company should be doing. It's been really awesome, actually, watching it like unfold. And then Daniel Bryan like playing the counterpart where he's like, well, I mean, I'm not saying that they're wrong, like what they did was right, but I mean, they're still wrestlers and they're still earning us money kind of thing.
Yeah.
Like playing that straight man. Kinda. Like we can't just fire them because then Raw will take them. That was the thing. He's like, they'll just go over to Raw.
Yeah.
And they'll make money over there. And then we're screwed. We lose the fact that they were on our show and people aren't going to watch SmackDown if Sami and Kevin are gone.
Yeah. So Daniel Bryan's been like, cool it.
Yeah.
Cool. Calm down, cooler heads.
What was the match where Kevin Owens got put against Randy Orton or something? He was handcuffed?
So part of the lead up is that they beg Bryan not to fire them, and he's like, okay, but Owens, you're going to have a match against Randy Orton. Sami, you're banned from ringside, and the match is no disqualification.
Yeah.
But then Sami showed up anyway.
Yeah. Like the Jericho thing.
So then the next week, they had Sami versus Orton with Owens... Yeah, handcuffed to the ropes.
That's what it was, yeah.
And Owens got out anyway, and Orton still managed to win. And then Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn attacked Orton after that match, and he was saved by Shinsuke Nakamura?
Question mark? Yeah, that was kind of random.
Because he had nothing going on, I guess, is the thing. The thing is they don't have anything for Shinsuke to do.
No.
Even though he's terrific, they're like, I don't know what to do with him. So he saves Orton, and then he then becomes, because the match at Clash of Champions had already been made. It was going to be Owens and Zayn versus Orton and a partner of Orton's choosing, and it was like, it's actually Shinsuke. Mm-hmm. So
my personal wish is that Shinsuke wins the Royal Rumble.
Oh, that'd be amazing.
You're right.
Yeah. So then Shane said that Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn, if they lose the match, they'll be fired. Also, that Shane is the special guest referee for the match, which has to stack the deck against.
That's where, because Kevin and Sami would be like, "Well, you're just out to get us," and then they started the "Yep" movement because Daniel Bryan said, "Well, just to make sure that everything's partial, like both sides are represented fairly."
Yeah.
because I know, Shane, that you're just losing your cool. Like, you're getting too emotionally invested was I think the sentence that he used. And so Daniel Bryan inserted himself as a special guest referee.
Yeah, because he's like, I didn't know Shane was going to do that. I want to make sure that that everything's fair. I don't care how it gets called. I just want to make sure that it's all good. And as he was saying, because he was on commentary when he was saying that, and the match that was happening in the ring between Owens and Nakamura, Owens accidentally knocked out the ref, and then Bryan ran in to take over, and Owens beat Nakamura. And so you have the, even though it was fair, you have the visual of of Daniel Bryan counting Owens to a victory over Nakamura going into this match. So Shane's got a special ref shirt that says Shane O'Mac on it, even though it's a ref shirt.
Doesn't he do that every time, though?
Yeah, I guess Shane ends up being special guest referee fairly often.
Yeah.
In the grand scheme of people who get to be special guest referee.
Yeah. And then they started off this match because Shane was like, Daniel, get out of the way. This is my half of the. They end up deciding that Shane gets one half of the ring, and Daniel gets the other half of the ring.
Yeah, because they start both counting stuff, and they're like, okay, this is too confusing, so we need to, draw the chalk line. Okay, you're over on that side, I'm on this side. Okay, cool, we're good.
I mean, this whole match was just the Shane storyline.
Yeah.
Where was Shane going, and how is Daniel Bryan interacting with them? The match was kind of secondary. Like, what was going on in the match? I mean, the wrestling, the storyline was more important. And eventually, there comes a point in the match where Sami gets rolled up by Orton.
Yeah.
And Shane goes to count.
Yeah. And Owens knocks Bryan into Shane.
Yeah.
Stopping the pin.
Yeah.
So then Shane starts arguing with Daniel Bryan, and Bryan's like, "Hey, look, he pushed me. What do you want?" Orton gets really angry at Bryan because he's like, "What the hell's going on?" And then it's
Kevin Owens goes to attack Randy Orton after this and gets an RKO, and then Sami rolls up Orton.
Yeah.
And then Shane goes to count and goes 1, 2. And then stops.
He just backs up and puts his arms wide.
Yeah. And then Daniel Bryan loses it.
Yeah, because it's like...
And even the crowd is like, oh!
Because it's like, oh, that's actually just cheating. Yeah. That's actually unfair now.
Yeah. And then Daniel Bryan and Shane start arguing. And then Sami ends up rolling up Orton again. And Daniel Bryan just goes... just counts 3 real fast. Which, I mean, it's a heel move, but Daniel Bryan was justified. Yeah. It's justifiable.
Yeah.
So it's not really a heel move. It's like, I can understand.
Yeah.
It's like, hey, man.
This was after they had Orton and Zayn in, a ball of pin that they, rolled back and forth between whose shoulders were down, and it was like, hut, 1, 2, hut, 1, 2, hut, 1, 2, with Orton with Shane and Bryan, switching back and forth. It's like it's the double special guest referee version of the yay boo punches.
Holy shit! Yeah, yeah, it is. That's a great way of putting it.
Hey, boo! Hey, boo! I was showing someone, some friends of mine were like, explain to me the wrestling, and I sort of gave them a bunch of preamble information, and then I showed them Sami Zayn versus Nakamura. And I had to pause at one point and explain the yay boo punches, because in that match, it's just yay.
Yeah,
no one's booing in that match. It's yay, 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 yay. And it's like, this only makes sense if you understand the trope of those
yay boo.
Yeah. Anyway.
Dude, New Year's Eve, I was here with Lily and Ian and Corey and Ben.
Yeah.
And 4 a.m. wasted Adam was like, we're watching wrestling. So I put Nakamura versus Sami Zayn on the TV here. And I remember getting all mad at them because they weren't watching. I was trying to explain the whole thing to them. I was like, you're gonna fucking watch this right now. Just aggressive, drunk, passionate Adam going off about Nakamura versus Sami Zayn.
I hope they enjoyed it.
I think so.
But so fast count 1, 2, 3, and Zayn and Owens get to keep their job, and Daniel Bryan and Shane are presumably going to be mad at one another come Tuesday.
Yeah.
I mean, this is already aired. I haven't seen it.
God, it's all a blur. Sami Zayn and Kevin Owens are actually in a. We don't know yet if it's a triple threat or a handicap match with AJ Styles at Royal Rumble for the title. So it's either a triple threat, which is essentially a handicap match, or just a handicap match.
Yeah.
Which introduces tension between Sami and Kevin because I'm hoping that they don't break them up yet so
Yeah.
quickly, because obviously both of them want to be the champion.
AJ can't be happy about that.
You mean AJ the character or AJ the person?
The character.
Oh, yeah, he's not. Well, because AJ kind of brought it on himself, too. He's like, oh, yeah, I can take them both on.
Oh.
He's like, I can beat them.
Whoops.
And then Dan Bryan was like, okay, you
right,
get
sure,
both then.
go for it.
He's like, oh, fuck.
Yeah.
He's like, oh, man.
Now, outside what's been aired on TV, Daniel Bryan has been making noises about wanting to wrestle.
Yeah.
Right. And he's still under contract for now. But he's basically said, like, he's like, I intend to wrestle again. Either it'll be in the WWE and I'll keep working with them, or they won't let me wrestle and I will leave when my contract is up.
Yeah.
And he even said more recently, I feel like if that doesn't all get worked out and I don't wrestle by the time WrestleMania comes around, I probably will never wrestle in WWE. Mm-hmm. But every avenue this has been like on podcasts and on like in interviews and stuff, but these have all been broadly under the umbrella of podcasts and news things that are WWE friendly.
Yeah.
Like he's not just going on like random guy's podcast,
Yeah.
right? And so people are suspecting
It's a work, bro.
exactly that this is like
It's a
all part of the
work,
storyline,
bro.
because it's like, you know, Daniel Bryan and Shane McMahon are getting pretty mad at one another in the months before WrestleMania. Maybe
If there was ever a time for a yes chant, this is it.
So yeah, people think that despite the whole retirement thing, that Daniel Bryan will be cleared to wrestle and that we will see Daniel Bryan versus Shane McMahon at WrestleMania.
I'm not getting my hopes up. I'm not. Back full time?
I mean, probably not, but that'd be cool. I don't know. We'll see.
How good would that be for SmackDown?
As long as he's well, right?
Yeah.
That's the thing, because apparently
Yeah. I don't
Apparently,
know.
it's like many doctors said okay, and then one doctor said not okay.
Well, the one doctor that WWE uses says
Yeah.
not okay.
Yeah, and so, you know, I don't know. Daniel Bryan wants to wrestle again, and he and his medical team believe that he is totally fine to do so, and WWE is very, very hesitant about anything involving
fair
concussions.
enough, right?
Yeah,
Well, they
because
have to be.
people care way more about wrestlers getting concussions than they do about footballers. I don't understand why. But yeah, they're really, really cagey about it. So who knows? But it'd be fun if Daniel is healthy enough to wrestle again.
Yeah.
I don't want him to do it if he's not, but here we are. Your main event, AJ Styles defending the WWE title in a rematch
Yep.
against Jinder Mahal.
Yep. It's been a storyline, all right. I don't know. What
Has
to say
it?
about Not really. It was most of the buildup was AJ fighting the Singh brothers, like over and over.
Like the
again.
storyline, like because it was going to be Jinder Mahal versus Brock Lesnar at Survivor Series.
Yeah.
And then at a Madison Square Garden house show?
No, at the SmackDown show in London.
Oh, sorry, in Manchester,
Manchester,
not
yeah.
MSG, sorry.
Yeah.
At SmackDown before Survivor Series, the go-home show, wasn't
Yeah.
it? Yeah, it was like, title match against AJ Styles. Whoops, AJ won.
Yeah.
Guess
Or
it's-
AJ won.
Yeah, guess it's AJ versus Brock. Yeah, it wasn't a mistake, but it was
Yeah.
like, I guess AJ's going to be fighting Brock Lesnar. No one's really mad about that.
No.
And then it's just been Jinder gets his rematch and has been angry at AJ the whole time.
Pretty much. I mean, the one moment
was a good
that
video
I do
package.
remember from this build was when AJ was having like a handicap match with the Singh brothers, and he did like a top rope Styles clash to one of the Singh brothers onto one of the other the Singh brother on the
crap.
ground. Yeah.
Brutal. I forgot about
What
that.
I don't remember is why, because remember, Jinder attacked the Singh brothers after he lost the title?
I don't remember that. I think he was just mad.
Yeah, because they didn't explain. I can't remember what they said, if they explained it or they just like teamed them up again. Because even during the show, like they did like a backstage segment where like one of the backstage reporters was trying to get a hold of Jinder, and the Singh brothers were like, "No, he's praying," whatever,
Right.
I think, something like that. But I mean, the match was fine.
Meditating.
I mean,
I
Jinder-
actually liked this match, and I know that we've said a bunch of times, AJ Styles can make anyone look good.
Yep.
And that is definitely true here. There's a large portion of the match where AJ's not doing anything, right? There's a large portion of the early going in this match where it's just Jinder beating the crap out of him.
Yeah.
And I was really impressed. Early in the match, Jinder goes to kick AJ. AJ catches his foot and then just like really beats the crap out of his leg.
Yeah.
And then through this whole period of time, then Jinder reverses the sort of the power dynamic. And through this whole period of time where he's throwing AJ around into the barricades and stuff outside the ring, he's selling that leg injury, and he's like sort of like trying to shake it out, get it back into not bothering him anymore. And I was really impressed actually with the in-ring storytelling that Jinder was doing.
Yeah.
Because a championship can't change hands on a count out, and he was beating AJ up outside the ring. He kept like rolling back into the ring to stop the count, rolling back out, beating AJ up some more, selling the leg progressively less as it was sort of like as he was getting feeling back into it over the course of it. And I was like, Jinder's actually doing a fantastic job in this match.
We've talked about it before at length, but it's just the whole like, I'm from a different country, so that's why you hate me kind of thing.
Oh, his character is no better.
Yeah.
His character hasn't changed at all.
Like I'm fine with trying for someone new and this whole title push and people being like, oh, thank God AJ won. Spoilers, AJ wins. But like now Jinder can go back to where he belongs on the mid card.
No, that's not fair.
That's not fair at all. I definitely think that they could have done something different than with his character than just like, I'm from India and you don't like me because I'm not from America.
Yeah. Well, I mean, there was less of that in this.
After the Nakamura debacle.
Yeah. This build-up was mostly just him being like, it's my title. I'm the Maharaja. Yeah. I'm getting it back. It's mine. It's not yours.
Yep.
Give it.
Give
title.
Give title, please.
No throw, only give. The Singh brothers don't even get involved until very near the end, which they noted on commentary, because Byron was like, oh, there's Singh brothers out here interfering. Corey's like, they haven't done a damn thing, Byron. And then they do actually like drag his feet under the ropes during a count at one point. But AJ Styles, after they interfere, AJ does a phenomenal forearm to the outside to take out one Singh brother, and then a Styles clash on the floor outside to take out the other Singh brother. Yeah. They're just done after that. And then AJ wins with a calf crusher because he's been working this leg the whole match since the very beginning. So the internal storytelling of this match was great, and I really enjoyed.
I mean, you almost beat Brock Lesnar with that match.
Yeah, so. I really enjoyed the in-ring performance from not just AJ Styles, but also Jinder Mahal, and props to him. And I just wish that he had a better character. But
I mean, Jinder got put into that U.S. title tournament.
Oh, right, yeah.
Also, I guess we should note the Hype Brothers broke up.
Again?
I
guess they were just one of them was out injured.
Yeah, one of them was out injured. But Mojo Rawley attacked Zack Ryder after they lost a tag team match.
Yeah, Mojo, of all people, went heel.
Yeah. He's a big, mean heel. Like Baron Corbin. Big, tough guy. And he's friends with Gronk.
And he won the Andre the Giant Memorial Battle Royal.
Which they never mentioned.
No. Mm-mm. Even Corbin was still using it this far after WrestleMania.
Yeah.
You shouldn't honk the Gronk like that.
The unhonkable Gronk.
Yeah.
Unbonkable. Can't bonk him.
At one point, Mahal tried to give AJ a Styles clash.
Yep.
Which was pretty funny, watching him do the preamble move.
Yeah.
And then
with the theatrics?
He used the theatrics.
The italicized with theatrics.
Yeah.
Yeah. Pancake splash with the actors.
So
it was a show. I liked it.
I
Rusev
enjoyed
English stuff was a lot of fun.
Yeah.
The tag match itself was a lot of fun. The triple threat was way better than I thought it was going to be.
Yeah.
For the U.S. title, the women's stuff was notably lacking any kind of a good storyline, I guess, other than the Riot Squad stuff. But
the Bludgeon Brothers and Breezango filled 15 minutes.
Yep. And then the Sami Zayn, that Owens Sami Zayn storyline with Daniel Bryan was a good. I thought that really pushed that storyline forward.
Yeah, that was
really
good.
liked the way they did that.
Same.
With Daniel Bryan seeing Shane cheating and then just cheating for Sami and Owen.
Yeah.
Because down Bryan's like that good Nate, like he's like everybody deserves an equal chance kind of thing. Like,
Yeah.
that's what he believes in.
So next pay-per-view will be the Royal Rumble.
Our 2-year anniversary.
Oh yeah, live from. God, really? Wow. Yeah, you're right.
I'm right? Yeah. 2 years.
Yeah. Live from Philadelphia.
Yeah.
On January 28th, and we'll record that as soon as we're able. We've talked about doing some sort of 2017 in review thing like we did last year.
Yeah.
Don't know if we will be able to, and we also don't remember what categories we did last
I actually
time.
asked in the Discord, and they reminded me. Of
Okay,
some of
good.
them.
Well, maybe we'll see if we can do a little
see.
mini episode.
Time's so strapped. It feels like we never
Yeah.
have enough time to do anything.
Maybe we'll see if we can do that. But until next time, regardless, thank you so much for listening to the Clash of Champions episode. I'm Graham. I'm on Twitter at Graham_LRR.
Yeah, and I'm Adam. I'm on Twitter at WakeUpSuper. Which Graham didn't know the
I
meaning of the
didn't
name.
know. I didn't know what a wake up super was.
Wake up, because a lot of people think wake up super as in like I wake up in the morning and you feel super.
Yeah.
No.
No.
Wake up super is the scrubbiest thing you can do in a fighting game.
I had no idea.
Yep.
Yeah, it's when
When your character gets knocked down and when your character's getting back up, that's called on wake up. When
Right.
you have options to do, and one of the options, most of the options include, or the best options include blocking, just
Right.
block. But the true scrubby people will do a super move, or what they call an ultra move or a super move, which you see the bar that they fill.
Yeah.
So the reason it's bad, I should explain this, because when you wake up super and your opponent blocks it, they not only get to punish you and most likely kill you, but you have no resources left to use.
Right.
So that's why it's extremely scrubby.
Is it like a cheese strat that like when it works you just win?
New players will mostly do not always. You don't always just win, but you get free damage. And usually, like an unscaled super move is a lot more damage than when you do it in a combo or anything like that. So, yeah. Anyway, also as always, this show is brought to us or to you by you. With your support.
Patreon.com/LoadingReadyRun. Please check that out. We really, really appreciate it. Shoutouts to Ben, our editor, as always. And until next time, that's it. We don't have a sign off.
We don't have a sign off.
Okay. Bye.
Bye.